Imagine two people, same age, same city, same salary. The first one drives a brand new BMW, lives in a sleek apartment in the nicest part of town, wears designer clothes, posts vacations every few months. From the outside, this person looks like they've figured it out. The second one drives a 5-year-old Honda, lives in a decent but modest apartment, shops at regular stores. You'd never look at them twice. Now here's the question that should make you stop and think. Which one is actually wealthy? If you said the first one, you just fell into one of the most expensive mental traps in modern life. And today, we're going to break down exactly why, and how millions of people are quietly destroying their financial future while looking absolutely amazing doing it. This is the fake rich trap. Here's something our brains were never designed to handle. For most of human history, if someone looked rich, they probably were rich. If a person had a big house, fine clothes, and a nice horse, chances are they had real wealth behind it. Appearances and reality were mostly aligned. But somewhere in the last few decades, something changed. Credit cards, car loans, buy now, pay later, lifestyle inflation, social media. Suddenly, anyone can look wealthy without actually being wealthy. The gap between appearance and reality has never been wider, and our brains still haven't caught up. We are hardwired to judge financial status by what we see. It's called the availability heuristic, a mental shortcut where we make judgments based on what's most visible and obvious. And what's visible is the car, the clothes, the Instagram grid. What's invisible is the debt, the empty savings account, and the financial anxiety that keeps people up at 3 a.m. So we look at people who appear rich and think, that's what success looks like. I should get there too. And that's exactly where the trap begins. Let's go back to our two people. Person A earns $6,000 a month. They drive that BMW on an $800 monthly lease. Their apartment costs $2,200 a month. They spend around $600 on clothes and eating out. Subscriptions, gadgets, weekend trips, another $500 or so. When you add it all up, they're spending close to everything they make, sometimes more. Their savings account, basically a formality, their investments. I'll start next year. Person B also earns $6,000 a month. Their car payment is $300. Rent is $1,400. They cook most of their meals. They're not miserable, they still enjoy life, but they're deliberate. Every month, they move $1,500 into investments. Quietly, automatically, without making a big deal of it. Now fast forward 10 years. Person A looks the same, maybe even better. New car, bigger apartment, more followers online. But financially, they're almost exactly where they started. Maybe worse because lifestyle creep is real and debt has a way of compounding just like wealth does, except in the wrong direction. Person B, they've been investing $1,500 a month for 10 years. At a modest 8% average annual return, that's grown to somewhere around $270,000. They don't talk about it. You'd never know from looking at them. But they're building something that most people their age aren't, actual financial freedom. This is the core of the fake rich trap. It's not just about overspending. It's about mistaking the symbols of wealth for wealth itself. Think of it like this. Imagine you're playing a video game and you find a costume that makes your character look like the final boss. Powerful armor, glowing weapons, impressive stats on the screen. But underneath, your character is still level 3. You look like you've won the game. But the moment a real challenge shows up, you get destroyed. That's what lifestyle spending does. It gives you the costume of wealth without any of the actual power behind it. Here's where it gets psychologically interesting. The fake rich trap isn't just about bad decisions. It's about something much deeper, a concept called social signaling. Humans are social creatures. We've always used possessions and appearance to communicate status, belonging, and success to the people around us. In ancient tribes, it was about survival. If you appeared strong and capable, you attracted better allies, better mates, better opportunities. That instinct is still running in our brains today. We've just replaced the animal skins with luxury cars. When you buy something expensive and visible, your brain gets a real reward. Other people notice. They react. You feel validated. It feels like you've moved up in the world. The problem is that this feeling is temporary. Psychologists call it the hedonic treadmill, the idea that no matter what you buy or achieve, your baseline happiness quickly returns to where it was. The new car feels amazing for about 3 months. Then it just becomes your car. And suddenly you're looking at the newer model wondering if that one would make you feel something again. So you spend again, and the cycle continues. Meanwhile, the actual process of building wealth does the opposite. It's quiet. It's invisible. Watching a number grow in a brokerage account doesn't turn heads at dinner. Nobody's going to stop you in a parking lot to compliment your index fund. There's no social reward in the moment, which makes it incredibly hard for our brains to prioritize. This is why so many smart, educated, hardworking people end up stuck. Not because they don't understand money in theory, but because they're fighting millions of years of social programming every single day. And here's the really uncomfortable truth. A lot of the people we assume are rich, the flashy cars, the designer bags, the constant travel, many of them are operating on borrowed money and borrowed time. Studies consistently show that many outwardly affluent households carry significant debt and have very little in actual savings or investments. Real wealth tends to be invisible. The genuinely wealthy are often the ones you'd never guess. They drive sensible cars. They don't feel the need to perform success because they actually have it. There's a famous idea in personal finance. The best financial flex is not needing to flex. So what do you actually do with this? First, understand that this isn't about becoming cheap or living a miserable, joyless life. The goal isn't to never spend money on things you enjoy. The goal is to stop spending money to impress people, especially people you don't even know, while quietly neglecting the version of yourself that actually has choices and options in the future. Ask yourself a simple question before any major financial decision. Am I buying this because it adds genuine value to my life, or am I buying it because of how it makes me look? There's no shame in the answer. The shame is in never asking the question. Second, start taking invisible wealth seriously. It doesn't feel exciting. It doesn't come with any social recognition. But compound interest is one of the most powerful forces in personal finance, and it only works if you give it time and consistency. $500 a month invested at 25 can turn into something extraordinary by 45, but only if you start, and only if you don't rate it every time a new gadget drops. Third, audit your lifestyle spending not by whether you can afford the monthly payment, but by what it's costing your future self. A $700 monthly car payment doesn't just cost $700. It costs the investment growth that money could have generated over 20 years. Every dollar you spend today on appearances is a dollar your future self doesn't get to compound. And fourth, change what impresses you. Seriously, this is underrated. If you spend your time around people who brag about their debt-funded purchases, that becomes your benchmark. But if you start learning about people who built real, quiet wealth, the ones who retired early, who have genuine financial freedom, who don't panic every time an unexpected bill shows up, that becomes your benchmark. We become what we admire, so be careful about what you decide to admire. Here's a thought to leave you with. Every single day, you're making a choice, whether you realize it or not. You're either building the appearance of wealth, or you're building actual wealth. And the cruel irony is that these two paths often look like the opposite of each other from the outside. The person quietly building real financial security might look unremarkable right now. Modest car, normal apartment, no big flex. But they are compounding not just their money, but their options, their freedom, their peace of mind. The person performing wealth for an audience is also compounding. Their debt, their stress, their dependence on the next paycheck. 10 years from now, these two people will be living completely different lives. And the gap between them won't be talent or luck or even income. It'll be the choices they made when no one was watching. The fake rich trap is everywhere. It's in your Instagram feed, your car dealership, your social circle. It's designed to pull you toward looking successful rather than becoming successful. But now you see it. And once you see it, really see it, you can't unsee it. So the next time you feel the pull to spend for the look rather than the life, remember, real wealth doesn't need an audience. It just quietly grows.